Olá, bom dia, Carl Munson here with another Good Morning Portugal podcast. Find out more about what we're doing at goodmorningportugal.com and cometokorea.com. Cometokorea.com, where we live, Curia. Now, I'm on the road again, as you might be able to hear in the background, and we became a carless family, which is a crazy thing to do in Portugal, frankly, but we became a carless family because we live in Korea, where the amenities are good, and we're based on Portugal's fabulous railway network. I'm in a car now because we hired one because the in-laws are over, and it seemed a bit unfair to subject them to 10 days of public transport on their first visit to Portugal, and with some sort of mobility and tiredness issues as well. So it seemed only right and fair to hire a car for that occasion, which is our preference, to generally be without a car but to hire one when we need it. So I'm returning the car now to my favourite hire company, who would be what they call Rent Auto, and that's organised through Zest. If you want to use that combo, go to cometokorea.com, and there's a link to Zest, who are a fantastic car hire agency. And like I say, my favourite hire company we've been using for the last couple of years are Rent Auto, and I'm returning the vehicle now. But I wanted to tell you about the comparison, really, between travelling by car and travelling by rail, to give you an idea of what you're up against if you choose to do the same thing. I'm driving from Korea to Lisbon to return the car, and I'm using the A1, which is a really excellent way of really driving the spine of Portugal, and you pretty much name check a lot of the principal towns of Portugal: Arang, Terras Novas, Santarém, Batalha, Fatima, you'll see Tomar, Leiria, and we start off, get onto the A1 pretty close to Korea, actually, in the nearby town of Meilhada, and it's about 200, just over 200 kilometres of A1. So you've obviously got your car hire. My rate that I got at the moment was about 14 euros a day. You can get it cheaper than that. You can get it down to 10, sometimes even less euros a day. The great thing about Rent Auto is that they don't look for a massive deposit on your credit card, and that's a big deal, particularly if you want the peace of mind of not feeling like you're going to get stung or scammed on your credit card at the end of the deal. So they don't do that. They do take your credit card details so they can charge you for the toll, which you will pay on the A1. I'm on the A1. I'm expecting to pay about 15 euros to make this journey. You can take the IC2 with loads of roundabouts and potholes. You won't pay any tolls until you get to Lisbon, so it's a lot cheaper. I think you'll only pay about 5 euros worth of tolls if you take the IC2. It's longer, it's slower, it's not pretty, it's kind of gritty, and it's the trucker route spine of Portugal, but it's very interesting if you've got the time. I like driving the IC2. We live just off the IC2, IC Intercity, I guess, and A1, the main toll road, which is, I've got to say, it's a beautiful drive. You have the road to yourself a lot of the time. You get good breakdown surveillance. So I think if you break down here, you will get looked after on the toll roads, because that's part of the value you're paying for, I guess. But it's a good road. It has good services. They don't rip you off like you might have experienced in the UK. The cafes are excellent along the motorways. I think the gas, fuel, petrol stations a little bit more expensive, as you might expect on a toll road or a motorway. But that said, it's a great experience driving the toll roads of Portugal. They're I don't know. No, I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm not going to go into the politics of toll roads, but it's an interesting conundrum, riddle, I suppose, political riddle that we can talk about another time on the toll road. So we're on the A1. Car hires cost me 14 euros a day. The fuel, I'm looking at probably about 25, 30 euros for the trip. 15 euros for the tolls. So where are we? We're at 60 euros already for the journey, thereabouts. And if I compare that to my train home, that is 20 euros for me on the train. Okay, so obviously driving in a car on your own is not the most economical way. If I've got 4 people in here, then it suddenly becomes cheaper than the train. And I did list myself with BlaBlaCar to see if anybody wanted to share the journey with me. And I think for that they were going to pay €11 to make the journey from Korea to Lisbon, which is a bit esoteric. It's not exactly from one major town to another, but BlaBlaCar is certainly something to look at if you want a lift or you want to offer a lift and make, I suppose, drive with an easier conscience that your car and lift sharing with BlaBlaCar, BLA car. You register on that and you can post your lifts and you can get lifts. BlaBlaCar.com, and they are well represented in Portugal. BlaBlaCar.pt, I suspect, for the service in Portugal. So you got the comparison there. €60 all in for the car. Obviously, I've had the convenience of the car over a 10-day period. So the comparison, it's a bit like oranges and apples in some ways, but pound for pound or euro for euro, I'm making the journey back. Actually, I should add the metro from the airport where I'm going to drop off the car. The metro from there to Orient Station, which is the closest major railway station to Lisbon Airport. That'll cost me $1.50 on the metro. Actually, no, €1 on because I've already got my card. Your card costs you 50. Actually, no, it would have cost €2 if I didn't have my card. So it's 50 for your rechargeable cardboard card and $1.50 for any journey on the Lisbon Metro, as I recall, or thereabouts. Okay, so just over €20 on the train. It's going to take me from Orient Station in about just over 2.5 hours in luxury. The Portuguese trains are fantastic. I obviously won't have to do any of the driving. I'll sit back, relax, plug in my laptop, use their Wi-Fi. I can watch something on the screens as well, and you can choose from a number of radio channels and like audio-visual channels as well. There's a collective screen on the train, and you have to watch what everyone else is watching, but you can listen to other radio stuff, I believe. But you can also get on with your own business using the Wi-Fi that is on the train. So it's a big difference, and it's fantastic value. The Orient Station is a wonderful experience as well, with its incredible architecture. Not brilliant on a windy day because I think the wind just whistles through there, but it is quite a sight to behold. So that's your nearest major station, Lisbon Orient, to get onto the Linha do Norte, and I've been told not to call it the Northern Line because it's basically the line that connects you to everywhere in Portugal, but that's what it's officially called, the Linha do Norte, and there are national and regional trains. I will be taking a national train, IC train, from Orient to Pampilhosa, I believe it's called. I'll usually change at Coimbra B, which is Coimbra's out-of-town station where the mainline national trains change. I normally go to Coimbra B, but it's Pampilhosa for me today. Orient to Pampilhosa in a couple of hours, then I wait and I change for a regional train from Pampilhosa to Korea. I'm not going to go on much longer, but if you've got any more questions, you know where to find me. Come to korea.com. Carl@carlmunson.com is my email address, carl@carlmunson.com. You can also find out more about our hostel project. We're hoping to develop a hostel which really relies heavily on eco-tourism and the use of the railway line. So that's why I'm so interested in researching more about it. So take care. Bye for now. Bon dia to you. And benvindo to me. No, boa viagem, I mean, to me. Bye for now.